Morning, good morning, good morning. April 11th, 2023. Now, if you take that 11 and cut it in half, you have two April 1sts to contend with. Let's see if I got audio here to contend with. There's that one. Let's see if I got, and there's that one. I do have audio. The year is 2023, and pop out chat. Come say hello to people. This is Windows Daily number 193. Or 193. Let's see. Almost forgot how to zoom in the chat. Nick Poverman, I pinned his comment up here because sometimes comments that happen early. See, that was like an hour 25 minutes ago. Sometimes they don't show up at showtime. Now let me go see. I'll go to a new tab and bring up the live show and see if that shows up. Because if you refresh your screen or come in, you might not see it. Yeah, but since it's pinned, I can't tell. 841. See, that's the problem with these pinned comments is they hide what's underneath. How do you see what's underneath of there? I don't know. All right. Nick, a group of dolphins is called a pod. A group of falcons is called a cast. So I already knew. When I got that far, I knew what's coming up. So if you ever watch the Miami Dolphins play the Atlanta Falcons, technically you're watching a podcast. Brian Lightfoot, why did the banana visit the doctor? Answer was, it wasn't peeling well. And Martin Hogg, why did it need 5 Boy Scouts to help the little old lady to cross the road? Because she didn't want to go. Thank you for those. Gentlemen, 3 separate people giving their humor funny today. Martin Hogg, evening from Scotland. Carl J. Hi, Doug. Nick says, I will not be giving you any jokes the rest of this week or next week. I will be on vacation in Florida starting tomorrow. I understand that is something that some people do. During their vacation time, they just eliminate all humor from their life. They need a break. Nick Poverman lives with humor every day, all day long, because it's who he is, not what he does. And when he's on vacation, he's taking a break from humor, so he's not going to be giving us any jokes. He doesn't say he's not going to be here. So he's going to be here, but humor is absent because he's on vacation from humor. I get it. I understand. That makes all the sense in the world. 66 degrees Fahrenheit and sunny for Selden Ball. Dennis, all quest complete here except for trials. Talking about his Fortnite pursuit. I had something unusual in my Fortnite stream this morning. Yeah, Dennis probably doesn't even know about it yet. Unless he watched the show between his... No, he was still working on his trial, on his quest. Speedy C has hello. Darren, hi. Nick Poverman, I will not be watching the show. I will be busy at Disney and to Ritos. Those are Ritos. Some people do typos in chat. I do Ritos. I read it wrong. I will be at Disney and too busy. Dennis says he hasn't seen my stream yet. I got, what's it called? When they flood your stream from some other stream on Twitch, it's not called a flood. It's, what is it, Dennis? What's the word? When another Twitch streamer sends their viewers over to my channel after they're done with their stream. Come on, show me the word. It's not raided. Yeah, it's called a raid. I had a raid this morning, and I got over 200 viewers watching my live stream. A lot of them dropped off because I had my Twitch chat room set to that you had to be a follower for 1 day before you could chat. So they're a very active chat community. When they found they couldn't chat on my show, a lot of them left, but I changed that and still had a healthy number of them. I don't remember how many, maybe 50 still left. I spoke it during the show. So that was fun. Mary Vale, who's regular on watching my Fortnite, she's a moderator on that person's Twitch channel. And I went and looked a little bit at that channel. It's a little bit surprising because it doesn't appear to be a gaming channel. So I'm not quite sure what the reasoning was why that person was persuaded to do a raid to my channel. And she had, I think, over 1,000 viewers during her show. So that was fun. And after I changed the chat requirements, I did that during my show and showed how to do it. They started chatting. I did the Kick equivalent of a raid on Kick earlier. I sent 7 viewers to a new guide. Yeah, Dennis is doing a Fortnite live streaming on a new platform called kick.com. He's experimenting with that to see how it goes. John Williams says, good morning from Madison. It's 65 degrees here. Got an estimate to remove a tree and think they don't want to do it. Their estimate was, whoa, $8,500 to remove a tree. Are there any bids in the chat room? Somebody want to go over and remove his tree for less than that? You know, if you bid $8,499, you might get the job. No. Bobby left Cox to go to Comcast Xfinity. Good luck with that new union. Let's see. Oh, I've got a new email just came in from Ken. Looks like he sent it a few hours ago, but it only just came in at 9:06 a.m. Ken, how long ago did you just send that email? Because I only got it. In fact, yesterday when you said you sent an email, it didn't show up for many minutes later. And also I want to know, is William Dawson in the chat room? He asked a question in email, so I want to respond to that today. But ideally, can you let me know, does anyone know, is he Windows 10 or 11? Is he Home or Pro? If you want that tree on the top of the house, I will do it. Oh, it's going to cut it down and fall on the house. Kenny Wooden DeBobby, is Comcast any better than Cox? Ken sent the email 15 seconds ago, and hello, Zvi Manor. So what I'm going to respond to, I'm not sure if I can bring this up or not. This Saturday, we have two tasks on tap. One is to help Josh and Aunt Mary with the setup of the new computer that they probably already have by now, as I understand it. They want me to help set it up remotely, so we can do that. And William Dawson wants help with using Macrim Reflect to transfer all the content on his 1 terabyte NVMe drive to a 2 terabyte NVMe drive. So we'll either do a clone or a backup, then restore to it, depending upon whether it has the capability of connecting that new NVMe drive in an external enclosure, or even put both of them inside the computer. In that case, we could do a clone operation. Otherwise, we would have to back up his 1 terabyte to an external media and then restore to another. Well, that operation has some downtime, right? Some waiting time. So I figured we can probably do Mary's computer setup and William's clone to new drive in the same show. So what I want to do is, William asked me what version he should download and install. So I figured I'd bring up a virtual computer and show the process, because there are some things that you could do wrong there. So I think that's what's up for today, is Macrim Reflect, download and install on a virtual computer to show the process for William. The mail is slow as in Indianapolis. Yes, it is Kenny, the guy who came out. He left me a business card with his phone number. That must be the Comcast installer. John DeGreg, thank you. I'm getting estimates to satisfy my urge ASAP. Mail is fine. I am just slow. I had a house, the second house that I bought. This is the third one. Second house I bought within the first week that we moved in. A tree in the neighbor's yard behind us fell over, crashed through our fence into the swimming pool. And we had 2 large dogs in the backyard, and it somehow knocked them into the pool. They were not swimmers. So I had to jump out of bed at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, go out into the pool and get that. Let's see, we had a black lab and a golden retriever, both at adult size. And so I had to get in the pool in the middle of the night, help that dog that was kicking in panic, help him get out of the pool. That was an adventure. Now, this house that I'm in now, the third house that I bought, one week after I moved into it, that's where I had the home invasion break in the middle of the night. So the first week after moving into a house for me, that's hazardous. Dennis, for your info, I have Windows 11 Home and Pro installed on 4 machines listed as active. Windows 11 Home and Pro installed over 4 machines listed as active. There's an insider preview on one of them. Another has Windows 10. Both of those last 2 are dual boot. Thank you for mentioning that, because I wanted to remember to remind everybody today is Update Tuesday, the second Tuesday of the month. So if people are contacting you about problems on their computer, have them look down here in the notification area. If they see that yellow dot or red dot indicating that the computer needs to be restarted, do that before you spend much time trying to solve their problem, because I have seen many, many very oddball, one-off symptoms happening when a restart is needed to finish installing an update. Do that first. It's amazing how often that fixes the problem. Josh Kinder saying hello. Black Serendipity saying hello. Bobby Warren, Berry crew have come to bury my line. Ken Stout to Josh, hello and hellos. All right. So then I have somewhere around here, VirtualBox, Windows 11 Home, Windows 10 Home, Windows 10 Pro. Those are the ones I have available. I'm going to take Windows 10 Pro. It doesn't really matter which one we use for demonstrating how to install Macrium Reflect, because the install process is going to pretty much be the same. So here I've got Windows 10 Pro is running, and here it's over here. Joe Blankenship is the Doug who runs this one. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. Do I have internet? Yeah, I think I have internet connection, judging by the notification area. Okay, so Macrium Reflect. Now I have a link somewhere to the actual download, but I'm going to do it as a Google search. Do not get it from anything other than Macrium.com. This one, ninja1.com, that's some other site. It's probably not even Macrium Reflect, but they're coming up in search results. Is this a paid ad? I don't see ad designated there, but here's Macrium.com Reflect free trial. Now we don't want the free trial. I want the free install. And they have changed they have been in transition or flux, whatever you want to call it. So I want to get to the place for downloading the actual free version. And I would have done well to research this a little bit beforehand, but I didn't. So here's personal, Macrium Reflect Home. Let's do it that way. Let's try that way. Products, and then Macrium Reflect Home, because that's going to be the free version. They're selling the license here. Buy a single license. We don't want that. What we want is to download. So this is showing download over here, 30-day trial. Let's see what happens if we do that, because that'll work just fine. We will not use this to communicate with you. Please enter an email. I'm not going to put an email address. I'm going to click continue without putting in an email address. Up here in the upper right corner, we see that it is downloading, and then open file. Usually when we get into the installation, the way that I download it, I get the choice of installing free or trial mode. So here we're seeing Macrium Reflect Home. Most appropriate install package for your computer. Click options to choose additional components for subsequent offline. I'm going to look at what the options are. 64-bit because that's the computer that I'm working on. Reflect installer and PE components, installer only. I think installer only is fine. What were those other choices? Rescue components only. So rescue components only might be, I don't know what that is. Not worried about it. Don't have to teach everything about this. Run installer directly after downloading. So here's download. We'll download that. I'm looking over at chat on the other screen over here. Black Serendipity. Ken said hello to Black Serendipity. Then at 12 minutes after the hour, Ran Israel Hi. George Ferrugia. Hello, Doug in chat. Bobby Warren, the guy, told me it'll take 2 weeks for the crew to come. Answering yes to this user account control. Let's see, some hellos back and forth between people. Dennis says I'm using Microsoft Bing when I did that search. Yeah, I didn't do a Google search, did I? I think I probably said Google. Okay, then we got English log. It's going to create an installation log. I don't care one way or the other about that. Next. And then next, accept. I'm going to go back here and look a little bit closer. Yeah, nothing else there. Next, and then I accept the license terms. 30-day trial. So I'm going to uncheck 30-day trial. So I don't want the 30-day trial. I want the free version. Free permanently. If you do the 30-day trial, then after 30 days, you're going to get all these messages about paying for it. So removing that check mark should let me get to the truly free version. Will it? It's not. They're wanting us to put in a key. So that method is not working. So for William, you can put in the 30-day trial. Click next, because you will get to be able to do the clone or backup and restore that you want to do. Trial will expire on 5/11. This trial should be the full paid version features during the trial period. So you're actually getting more functionality than with the free version. Now remember, I did not put in a email address. So the only way they can track me to prevent me from doing a trial again in the future would be by my IP address or cookies. So you could clean off cookies. You could change your IP address through your router. And then register this installation. I'm going to remove that check mark and don't want to register it. Will they let me continue? Yes, they're letting me continue without registering it. And then next and install. So for William, you could go ahead and do this part that I'm showing you here. And then on Saturday, all we need to do is either set up for how we're going to do the clone operation and initiate that, or set up how we're going to do the backup operation and then followed by the restore operation. Completing the setup, you must restart your system for the configuration change to Mac Reflect Home to take effect. Click yes to restart now. No if you plan to manually restart later. So I'm going to click restart. Now I'm doing this on Big Beast's computer, but we're restarting the virtual computer, not restarting Big Beast. At least that's what I hope. Let's bring chat back up while that's going on. Oops, I did Alt-Tab, and that just switched me to a different screen on the virtual computer. Rescue components is PE files, pre-installation environment files. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was something along those lines. So you would download those if you got a computer that you want to boot straight to the pre-installation environment and do a restore. But I was wondering, in the pre-installation environment, that would have to include Macrim Reflect, the program, for you to be able to do anything in the pre-installation environment. Or does that just give you the pre-installation Windows desktop without the Macrim Reflect program? I don't know. That struck me odd. Greg Guy, 65 degrees, Southern Maryland. Here's a link from Zavi Manor. Let's see. Where is that gonna show up? Where did it come? Did it show up anywhere? Try it with a left click. There we go. Macrium Reflect free. And this has all the different versions. Outstanding. Outstanding. I'm highlighting that in Control C. So if you want to go straight to the permanent free version, then download from here. Now, this is curious. Can I go back to that? Let's see. Is this the virtual computer? Yeah, it is. So can I go to that link from here? No, apparently my paste board doesn't work between my computer and the virtual box. It's 9:21. I have the Ken Stout live show already queued up. So I'm planning to end right at the bottom of the hour. Ken Stout and Brian talking about when they woke up, having first cup of coffee. From Greg, Macrium's 30-day trial nags you during the trial period. That's a reason enough to avoid it. Will the 30-day trial allow you to create a perpetual Macrium PE media? Yes. Even the free version will. The free version, you can create a bootable USB media. You can restore images. The things that I know between the free version and the paid version, well, during the trial, you should get full paid version features. But the free version versus paid version, the things that I know of is when you're scheduling backups, you can schedule it to do full and differential backups on the free version. The paid version lets you also do incremental backups. So you do a full backup maybe once a month. Incremental backups, differential backups on like the beginning of each week. Differential backups each day of the week. And then when you go to do a restore operation, if you choose one of those incrementals, it will automatically include restoring the previous differential and the previous full so that you get the combination of all three levels if that's what you're needing. The other difference between the free and the paid is that with the paid version, you can configure it to send emails to you for successful backups, failed backups, and a few other types of situations. So I have that set up with clients. As far as making scheduling backups, you can do that with the free version. You can make backup images with the free version. I'm not certain if you can clone from one drive to another with the free version because I so rarely try to do that. So I'm not certain. But of course, they have a chart on the website showing what the differences are. They can also put something in the registration to indicate you had in the registry to indicate you had a free trial. That might be another place that you would have to clean it out if you're going to try to cheat the system. And of course, but if you go straight for that perpetual installation, you don't care about the trial version. Well, the only place you might care about the trial version if you want to use the paid features for a month. I can't imagine why you would do that. Why would you want to be able to do incremental backups just for a month or do email notifications just for a month? Yeah, I don't know. There is another thing for the paid version. It has to do, I think, with encryption. If you're dealing with encryption, you might be needing the paid version. If you forgot the PE files and downloaded just the installer, you can download just the PE files later. Okay. All right. I thought there was a menu option within Macrium Reflect the program that would download and install the whole thing on a thumb drive. I'm sure there's some scenario where it's needed. Anyone know of an alternative to Windows deployment services that is free to deploy images over a network, not cloning, but a Windows Gold Master images? I do not know. That's over my head. Sam Van Thiel says MDT works great. I trust Sam Van Thiel for that because he does do things at that level that I have no interest in going down that road. Also, unless you want a specific version of the PE files, you can skip them, build media using the Win recovery environment files. That makes sense. to be able to get a specific version. Free version does not have boot repair capability. Oh, all right. Okay, that makes sense. There's a menu option where you can repair boot from within the program. Nick to Sam, that is not free. Oh, MDT. He's saying it works great, but Nick was asking for something that's free. All right. Sam to Nick, Microsoft Deployment Toolkit. It's a advances Microsoft deployment tool build for Windows Server. Okay, I'm going to let them go back and forth. Sam is saying, yes, it is free. Nick to Sam, looking for standalone, not on a server. Kenny says, yes, you can clone with the free version of Macrim Reflect. Martin Hogg also says that MDT doesn't require Windows Server, WDS does. You can clone with the free version. So we got that answered from Tim, and others. Just saying that he also documents that. I think 3 people confirmed that. Sam to Nick, it does not require it boot. You need a way to boot a file. All right. Do I have anything else to talk about? Seems like I do. Oh, yes. The conversation with Josh Kinder's M.2 drive that seems to be damaged, that we can't delete partitions that are on that drive in order to do a wipe and reload. The question was, what happened to cause this? And I've heard comments saying that we will never know. There is one possible way that we could find out, or we could get evidence. They are sending that computer back under warranty coverage. It had a 2-year warranty on it, and they can send it back and get a new one, no questions asked. So Aunt Mary ordered a new computer, but this computer is going to be sent back, the damaged one, and they'll get a new computer. So they're going to have an extra computer on hand. Now, when that replacement comes back, particularly if it's the same model computer, and even if it's not, we could restore the backup that Josh still has. There was a 3-day-old backup, and one of the theories, and I'm feeling pretty optimistic about this theory being correct, is that computer had been left on ever since the last second Tuesday, or even the 4th Tuesday, because Baby Beast had received an update in the 4th Tuesday of March that required a restart. So second Tuesday isn't the only time that you might have to do a restart to install updates. So if that computer had an update waiting to restart when Josh held down the power button without a monitor connected, if it had already done the partial install of those updates, force the power off, then turn it back on, without that, he doesn't get quick startup because he didn't just press and release the power button, which would have been better, because that might have done a shutdown where if quick startup was enabled, it would have stored that state to disk. Then when you turn it back on, after forcing it off, that update in progress was damaged. So get the computer back from the warranty coverage, restore the old backup that was only 3 days old, and see if there's a pending update. Is it prompting for a restart to install updates? If it is, then that's a pretty safe conclusion. That is what happened. So we could figure out what caused this. It's 9:29 and some number of seconds, half of the minute has gone by. So Ken, get ready. I'm about to release the mass hordes of people that are watching my channel right now. How many are there? Let's see. Coming back to this screen to find out. 26 watching right now. So here's the email address. If you want to send me a question by email, you can send it there. You can put it on a comment on any video, which there was no comments for me to read today. I did check. And you can leave a comment in a chat for any live stream. So that's it. Catch you later. Have a great day, everybody. Goodbye.